Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Dianna in the kitchen, and on today's episode we'll be making some chicken and vegetable stir fry, and we're going to serve that up with some white rice. So I'm going to show you guys how I cook my rice. All right, so for the breakdown in the ingredients, we have some cabbage, and we have both some purple cabbage and regular white cabbage, and we also have some Poc Choi. If you don't have this, you can use bok choy or Chinese cabbage if you can find it. And in this bowl, we have some onion, some garlic, and some red chili flakes. We also have some sesame seeds, some sugar snap peas, carrots. We have some additional salt, and we also have some bell pepper and some chili. And we have some butter that we're going to be using for the rice. And I have one chicken breast right here that's been cut in some strips and lightly seasoned. So first thing I'm going to do is to show you how I season this. So you'll be seeing that in the other clip. To season our chicken breast, and we're just going to lightly season this. All right, so we have about a teaspoon thereabouts of Mrs. Dash, some salt, about a teaspoon of soy sauce, and also some black pepper. And we're just going to mix everything right here until combined. All right, so now that we have everything seasoned, we're just going to put this aside and begin working on our other ingredients. All right, so now that we have set our chicken aside to just let it marinate for a while, what we're going to do right now is to start on our rice. And for this, I'm using 2 cups of jasmine rice, but you can go ahead and use whichever rice you prefer. And what we're going to do right now is just to give this a quick rinse for maybe 2 or 3 times until the water is less cloudy. So what we're doing right now is just removing some of the starch. So all this that you're seeing is starch, all right? And this will allow the rice to be more fluffy when we cook it, all right? So we're gonna wash this about 2 or 3 more times until the water is clear. All right, so this is after the 3rd wash, and as you can see, the water is much more clear. All right, so we're just going to throw this off. Like so, and we're just going to add some more water. All right, and what I do is basically to fill, once the water line becomes like an inch above the rice itself, that's when I know I have enough water in my pot. All right, and to this, we're going to add about a half teaspoon of salt. All right, so we're just mixing this right now. And at this point, you can test, see if there's enough salt. And for me, this is perfect. So we're gonna move it over to the stove, and we're going to put this on medium-high heat. All right, so what we want is for the water to begin boiling. As soon as it gets to that boiling point, we're going to allow it to boil for about 2 minutes, and as the water begins to reduce, we're going to lower the flame. All right, the water is warming up at this point, and we're just going to continue to allow it to come together, but I'm just going to add the butter right now. All right, so we're just going to add all of this. And as soon as you see that begins to melt, I mean, it's pretty much softening up since I put it in the water right now, but we're just going to allow this to melt, allow it to come to a boil as I said before, and then let it boil for the 2 minutes. All right, so the water has begun to boil, and we're just going to let this go for 2 minutes undisturbed. So don't stir the rice, don't do anything until we realize that the water begins to go down. All right, so we'll be back by that time. All right, so this was what we were waiting for, and as you can see, the water has reduced. We can now see more of the rice. So what we're going to do is reduce our flame to low. All right, and it's at this point now that we are going to cover the pot. All right, so we're just going to have this on low, allow it to steam for another 10 minutes, and then if you can reduce your flame even lower, we're going to do just that. So while that is going, we're going to begin working on our stir fry. All right, so we need medium to high heat for this because we want something that is going to be really hot. So you're going to need a pan like this, a really deep frying pan or a wok. All right, so we're just going to add some regular vegetable oil to this, not a lot, about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and we're going to allow this to come up to temperature. All right, and as you can see, the oil has begun to heat up. All right, once you see that haziness, that's what we're looking for. All right, so the first thing we're going to add to this is our onion, our garlic, as well as our chili. All right, so we're just going to dump that in right now and continue moving your pot along to prevent that garlic from browning too quickly. We're going to add our sugar peas as well as our carrots. Alright, and just saute. And we'll just be sauteing this for 5 minutes. Alright, because at the end of the day, we want to have crunch left in our vegetables. So we're sauteing on high heat for 5 minutes. Alright, so now that has been going for 5 minutes, we're just going to add our red chili and our bell peppers. And we're going to add just a dash of Mrs. Dash. Alright, and give this a quick mix. You may be wondering why I haven't added any salt to this, but I won't be adding any salt for now because, you know, when you add salt, it tends to draw out moisture. And I don't want that because I don't want this to begin steaming up. Alright, so what we're going to do right now is just to set this aside. Alright, so now that the pot is back on the flame, we allowed it to heat back up, and we're going to add the chicken. Alright, so the pan is a bit dry, so what I'm going to do is just to add about a half teaspoon of oil, and we're giving this a cook. Alright. Alright, so that is perfect. What we're going to do right now is to add our purple cabbage. Alright, so we're doing that like so. And we're doing this first because it takes a much longer time to cook in comparison to the white cabbage and the Poc Choi. Alright, so I have been sauteing this for the past 2 minutes, and what we're going to do right now is to add a tablespoon of Hoisin sauce. Alright. Alright, so while that's going, we'll be adding our white cabbage as well as our Poc Choi. Alright, and continue to give this a quick stir. Alright, so what we're going to do right now is just to add just 1 tablespoon of dark soy sauce, and we're going to continue to give this a quick mix. Alright, so as you can see, everything has been reduced. The vegetables produce quite a bit of juice down there as well. And at this point you can also taste to see if it needs any additional seasonings, and that's what I'm going to do right now. Alright, so I'm just going to add about a teaspoon of sugar, as well as just about that amount of chili sauce. And we're going to add the carrots and everything that we sauteed earlier back to the pot. Alright, so do this, and then we're just going to add our sesame seeds and give this a quick mix, and we can just turn the flame off because we are done. Alright, so we turned off the heat and we're just going to let this sit. Just add in a little more sesame seeds, and now we're going to go ahead and fluff our rice. Alright, so our rice has been going undisturbed for the past 15 minutes. Yes, this is good. So we're just gonna fluff this up right now. Alright, so we're also going to taste to see if it's fully cooked. Alright, so this needs another 5 minutes, so I'm just going to cover the pot, let it go for another 5 minutes, then turn the flame off and allow it to sweat. I'm not sure if anyone is like me, but I don't like sharing rice the minute it's ready. I like to let it sweat in the pot a bit, and then after all this is complete, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be time to serve this delicious meal. All right, so I'm soon forward. All right, seat there. All right, guys, so you know the boat just land, and for my American viewers, this is our finished dish. All right, so everything is just looking lovely right now, guys, and I just want to thank everyone for tuning into this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. This is a meal that has been prepared in less than 45 minutes, so it's good for one of those busy days. All right, so if you guys try this, just let me know in the comments below, and also tell me what you'd love to see me prepare. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and of course click on the post notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. Until then, I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching.